Have you ever been so engrossed in a project that you get in there and you're so involved in it, you look up and hours have passed? You were in the flow. You were making things so easy and allowing your creativity, and no matter what you were doing, to come through. That, my friend, is evidence that it is possible to let things be easy. However, society has us believing that things have to be hard in order for us to see the successes that we want. Well, today, my friend, we're going to talk about 4 ways, my acronym, to let things be easy. And I will have to say that I am making this video, recording my voice, recording this video as much for me as I am for you, because this is something that I need to constantly remind myself about, because it's easy to get wrapped up in the hustle and the bustle and the busyness of everyday life that letting go sometimes doesn't feel so easy. And we're going to talk about ways to let it be easy more often. Hello, my friend, my fellow amplifier, my fellow content creator. Welcome. Today's video is so important because, as I just shared, this is something that we need constant reminders so that we don't forget, because it is really, really easy to forget. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, or maybe it's been a while since you have been here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way to this video today. My name is Young Pratt. I am the Chief Content Gold Miner and podcast host here at Amplify Your Awesome. And yes, I'm talking to you because you, my friend, are so awesome. And it's my privilege to help fellow content creators to find ways to simplify how they show up in the world and really amplify all that makes them awesome. And we do that by helping you to organize your awesome content, because as content creators, we sometimes get wrapped up in the creation and we forget to organize things so that we can find them later. We help you to systematize your content. Yes, systematize. We're going to talk more about systems in this video today. We help you to create ways to make content repeatedly and delegate parts of the process, and even ways to automate that process from creation to syndication to the repurposing of that content. And of course, we help you to monetize all that beautiful content, because if there's something that I know about you, my fellow creator, is that you have a wealth of content at your fingertips or stored somewhere on your computer, or maybe it's in hard copy form, but you have a lot of awesome content. And it's time that we dig it up, unearth it, and really, really appreciate the content gold mine that you have at your fingertips that we forget to tap into. Welcome, welcome. Today we are talking about ditching the hustle and letting it be easy. If you're watching this on YouTube, I would ask that you hit that subscribe, hit that bell to get reminders of when I go live. I typically go live weekly. Sometimes the schedule changes based around holidays and all sorts of fun stuff, but typically you can find me here every week. If you want to get notified, go ahead and hit that bell. And if you're watching over on Facebook, definitely just put the word remind me underneath this video. I'm happy to let you know when I am going live. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message about ditching the hustle and letting it be easy, I would so appreciate you sprinkling this goodness out and letting them know where they can watch this video. Throughout the live today, if you have questions or you have takeaways, please ask them under this video. And if you have a takeaway, I want you to use the word gold because we're talking about your content gold mine. There's so much gold. And if there are valuable nuggets, valuable gold nuggets, I want you just to type gold. Let me know what that nugget is. And I'm going to come back and follow up with you because the reason that I come live and share the things that I'm learning or the lessons that I've learned from making mistakes is to help you on your journey of creation. So let me know what those nuggets are. And last but not least, if you would like my show notes, the step-by-step guide from today's video, let me know underneath. Put the word notes underneath this video. I will come back and share with you where you can get those because what I would ask for you today is that I don't want you to have a pen and paper right now, unless you really, really want to. I really want you to hear what I'm saying and really listen and think about these things in your own life. And then later on, I will share my notes for you so that you can come back and write notes for yourself. But for now, I want you just to really be here and listen and learn and just enjoy this process because letting go of the hustle is sometimes really difficult. Society often doesn't let us believe that things can be easy. I'm telling you, though, that it really can if we allow. And if you think back to times when things have been really easy, some of these things I'm going to share with you will probably resonate as well because they might be reminders for you to remember those things in the future. Okay, so let us dive in and ditch the hustle and let it be easy. So I want to know from you underneath this video, let me know, do you feel pressure throughout the day or the week to just get more stuff done? You can just type yes or no below. Do you feel like you just need to do more, to create more, to be more, to show up in life and in business? I know that I definitely have felt that pressure at many different times in my life. And the compulsion, and I think that's a really good word, the compulsion to do more and be more and have more is so rampant in our society. And in order to get those things, we really feel like we need to hustle, 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 and always be in motion, always be in action. And that doesn't have to be the case because did you know that as humans, we're all designed differently and that we all have a different level of energy to bring to our lives? Yeah, society would have us believing that all of us are just meant to go, 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 go all the time. And that slowing down and taking a step back is not something we are, quote unquote, allowed to do. It's the craziest thing that we feel like we just need to go all the time. And I learned about energy and our design in February of 2020. And this kind of stumbled upon my life. In my life, I had a lot of things happen very, very awesomely. They unfolded, and there were a lot of synchronicities that were happening with the people that I was reconnecting with and the people that I met, and how the chain of events that happened that I discovered something called human design. And if you are someone who follows astrology or you do Myers Briggs or you like those personality tests, this is a personality test of sorts. However, it's really sort of a blueprint of all the things that we're meant to do here in this body on this planet at this time. It's a super cool way to understand ourselves better so that we can understand others better. It's a very, very powerful medium to understand. And if you're curious about your human design, You can just head to mybodygraph.com. You're going to enter in your birthday, your birth time, and your birth location. And from that, it's going to synthesize all that information and take into account the alignment of the stars and the planets, a little bit of astrology going in there, and really showing you how you were designed to show up. For me, I'm something that's called a projector. And for so much of my life, I didn't know about human design. And I was always told that in order to achieve more, I just needed to do more. I needed to hustle more. I just needed to be more. Can you relate to that? I think that is so pervasive in our society right now, where we just feel this again. I'm going to use this word again, compulsion to do these things because that is what is modeled for us. However, in discovering that I am a projector, I learned that my energy is not to the same level as what we see out in society. I have less energy than most people. However, I'm really super efficient about how I use that energy. And if I let myself get wrapped up in this do, more belief, I can get really burnt out and exhausted and overwhelmed. And I know at a previous point in my life, before I knew about human design, I actually ended up in the hospital attached to machines trying to figure out what the heck was wrong with me because I was having some physical symptoms and I didn't know what the cause was. I thought it was just something in my body, but it was really a matter of a disconnect between how I'm actually designed and how I was showing up in the world. And I was showing up as, again, doing more, pushing, hustling. So learn from my example, please, and really take into account the way that your energy is designed and how you're meant to be in this world by learning about your human design. It's a fascinating study at the very least, and it tells you really so much about the things that we know we're passionate about that sometimes we don't always share. And I know as I dig into human design and learn more about it, it's like peeling back the layers of an onion. There's just so much more. But on the outside, there are five different types of energetic beings. And when you find that out, I would love for you to do something for me. Can you do me a favor? When you find out your design, I would love for you to either share it down below or message me, whether that's on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Instagram. Let me know because I'm curious. Because once I know this about you, it's easier for me to have conversations with you and help you to amplify your awesome based on your type according to human design. Sounds too good to be true, but it absolutely is true, my friend. All right, so let us dive into ditching the hustle and letting it be easy. And easy, of course, is my acronym that I like to use and remind myself. And you could even just write it on the corner of your journal or on have it be your screensaver on your computer because it's something that I've definitely found for myself and for my clients that we forget about. So let's dive in. And I love acronyms. I love creating simple ways for us to remember and apply things throughout our lives and our business because life is just busy. We have a lot going on. And if I can help things to be easier, if I can help you to remember things, and it's one of the gifts that I bring via my human design, I can take the really complex and simplify it for you. So, EASY is my acronym, and here is what it stands for. I'm going to share with you the acronym, and then I'm going to go back and dissect each part. So the E is it stands for energetic, or in this case, energetically. A is aligned. The S is for systematized. That's an interesting word. We'll come back to that in just a moment. And of course, the most important part of this recipe is yours. Now, before we dive in too deep here, I do want to point out something because There's often some confusion when I talk about easy. Easy does not mean without some effort, or it does not mean that there isn't work involved. It just means that there's a better way, a more simple, a more intuitive way for us to do things. So let's talk about energetic and your energy and how you energetically show up. When you're sitting down to create something to share on social media, for example, let's just use that as an example, and you feel like it's really hard and you have to effort, yet you put something out there anyway, that would be a misuse of our energy. There are times throughout the lunar cycle that I know that I am more energetic, where things are easier. And I find now if I have to struggle and push and things feel hard, there's something amiss with my energy. I'm either doing something I am not meant to be doing or something I think I should be doing, right? A lot of times we should all over ourselves. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. We should be doing something else. Who says, right? We're taught to sort of look outside of ourselves for confirmation for so much of our lives. And if we took the time instead to ignore those external signals sometimes and tune in to who we are as energetic beings, it would serve us greatly. So when you're sitting down to create whatever it is you're creating, whether it is a menu for your family for the week, whether it is a piece of content to be shared on your blog or via video or a podcast, or maybe in an upcoming book, I would just ask you to check in with your energy. If you're in a state of flow where things are feeling effortless, like almost like you're being a channel for information from the divine to flow through you, through your mouth, through your fingertips, through your words, whatever it is, that, my friend, is a clue that you are in the right energy. So I want you to tap into that next time you are feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling pressure, you're feeling just this gnawing to do more or work harder or when things aren't clicking, to really just tap into your energy. And knowing your human design can really help you to tap into the type of energy that you have. Okay, that is your E, energy or energetically. And then, of course, A stands for aligned. So, energetically aligned, those two things are hand in hand for me. If you're aligned with your purpose, which you can discover in your human design, if you're aligned with your type, again, with your human design, if you're just in alignment with your values, with your passions, that helps to make the process of doing anything, whatever it is for you, it helps it to attain or get closer to that state of flow that we all love to be in. So, alignment. For me, before I come and do these videos, I have to really make sure that I check in with my energy, of course, dispel anyone else's energy, and really get back in alignment. That means for me moving my body, warming up my voice, warming up my body, checking in with myself, listening to music to really help me get aligned with the message that I want to bring. Because if I know that if I allow that time for myself to get my energy in order and for me to reach alignment, coming here becomes such a joy and becomes a highlight of my day because I know that what I am going to be sharing is going to be of highest and best use for you. I know that if I come on these videos and I'm just not feeling quite right, or I've let someone else's energy invade my body and I don't do anything about it, the message that I'm going to bring you is not going to be the same one that you're going to need to hear. So, being in energetic alignment is so important when it comes to creating content, especially in our business. There's a reason that you started your business. There's a passion that you bring to the table. There are skills that you bring to the table. And the way that you share those is part of what makes you so awesome, right? When you allow yourself to be in energetic alignment with who you really are versus what we think someone else thinks we should be, right? I lived my life like that for so long where I was so concerned with the external and the validation from other people that I wasn't energetically aligned. And as I shared earlier, that actually landed me in the hospital with heart palpitations and not knowing what to do because my heart would just start racing for no apparent reason. But it was because of these two things. I was out of alignment. I was not living in the energy of me as a projector. I was trying to do what I thought other people expected of me, what I thought I should be doing based on what I saw other people doing. I wasn't allowing for myself to come through. And that's really why the whole business got a rebrand to amplify your awesome. It started off as a reminder to myself that, you know what? I am an awesome being. I have awesome things to share. Have had awesome life experiences. And if I share those with people in an authentic way, that really speaks to the core of who I am and what I believe, that is a match made in heaven. And that's really why everything that I do now is about amplifying your awesome because one of my special superpowers is being able to kind of tap into your energy, tap into you, see the potential in you. It's one of my gifts that I've been given via human design and from the divine that I now can bring to you. So, being energetically aligned is so, so critical for us as content creators, for us as human beings. If you have questions about being energetically aligned, let me know below. I'm just going to take a quick sip. All right. Once you're energetically aligned, there is something that is really critical that can really make things much more simple for you. Take away the stress, take away the overwhelm, and it is this. S in easy stands for systematized. Now, when I bring up this word in my social circles or in other groups of entrepreneurs, when I utter this word, people give me a look of confusion almost 100% of the time. I didn't know about systems for a long, long time in my business. And when I was introduced, I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm a creative being. If I systematize things, it's going to take away my creativity, take away my way of being in the world. And I just was so hesitant and so resistant to the idea of systems in a creative business. Can you relate to that? Have you ever thought, ooh, a system is going to box me in, it's going to cause this, it's going to do this? Yeah, I definitely was there for a long time. So I was literally dragged, kicking and screaming, and I knew I needed help because I saw evidence of people around me implementing these systems, and it was making their businesses much more simplistic, much more effortless because the owner got to be removed from the day to day operations. So let's talk about a system. What is a system? A system is basically a documented process for the ways in which you do anything inside your business. When you go to write a blog post, what are the things you need at hand in order to get the job done? Is there a certain process that you follow to help you be most efficient? Let's talk about an example of me coming here on video. When I am thinking about the video, there's the process where I have to really ideate and really come up with the idea, and then the idea turns into more. When I show up here on live video, there are steps that I need to take in order to be successful. I need to be able to share with people before I go live that I'm going live so that they can watch with me as I'm going live, or they can watch on the replay. So I need to share that out into the world. I need to reach out to my email list. I need to post something on social media. I need to reach out to people that I know that I think might benefit from what I'm going to share. I need to connect with people in some form, usually multiple forms. That's Once I go live, I know as my real authentic self, and I know that I act as a channel for information to flow through me to you in a way that's going to benefit you. Once this video is done, there's a whole process of things that I do in order to make sure the most people have access to this video, whether in its entirety or in little chunks on different places across the internet. Right? There's a process, and it is documented because it's really exhausting to try to remember the 52 things that need to get done to take an idea from the idea itself to publication, to syndication, to the repurposing and the monetization of that content. There's a lot of moving parts. If I didn't write that down, I would definitely forget steps along the way. So I want you to think about one thing that you do in your business repeatedly, whether maybe that's a blog post, whether it's a video, whether it's a podcast, whether it's something in preparation for a book. I want you to take one part of that process and just document the ways or the steps that are needed in order to bring that particular project to completion. Write it down. You could start in a notebook, or you can use something like a Google Drive document or something like that, and just write number one, do this. Number two, do this. Number three, do this. And if you want to get really fancy, on that particular sheet of paper, you can write the actual tools, whether it's a pen, a piece of paper, your mouse, your computer. Just write all the things that you need in order to do those steps. Maybe you need the note cards you prepared last week in order to go live. Maybe you just need your notes that you have and you can read from, or you can access during your live video or your podcast or whatever it is. As humans, we have so many decisions we have to make every single day that by the end of the day, we're just exhausted because we've had to make so many decisions, from what to eat for breakfast to what to wear on our bodies to what to eat for lunch, how to move our bodies, how to connect with our spouse, how to connect with our kids. There's just a lot to remember. So, if we can take away some of that decision fatigue that we all experience throughout the day by systemizing things in our business, it really allows us the space to be more energetically aligned. Can you see how having that document now is so imperative to freeing up your mental bandwidth to really show up in your most awesome self in no matter what you create? It really is such a powerful, powerful tool that most business owners have never heard about, or maybe they've tried, yet they haven't quite executed on that. So, again, for your takeaway today, I want you just to think about one thing you do in your business repeatedly. And I just want you to write down the steps of how to take it from the beginning all the way to the end. Get it out of your mind, do a complete brain dump on those processes so that next time you do that thing, you don't have to remember the 25 steps to get it done. You can literally just print it out, put it on your computer, and just check them off as you go. So you know that you did all the things in order to achieve a certain result. It's such a magical thing to create these systems. When I was in the process of creating systems, I really struggled. I really, really didn't want to do it. Yet I had mentors telling me, you really, really need to lean into this. You got to listen. You got to try it. So, because I knew nothing about creating systems, I hired a mentor. I hired a coach to help me do this. And in the process of our time together, we created not one or two, but literally hundreds with an S, hundreds of systems for everything that happened inside my performing arts business. He had me create systems for everything, things I didn't even think I needed a system for because I thought, well, anyone can open the door and turn the lights on and make sure the temperature is fine and turn the lights on and all the things. However, having a system that someone else could follow meant that I had a way to check in with their progress without actually having to be there to look over their shoulder to do it. Wow. It was so amazing that when I had all these systems in place, I was actually able to step outside my business, travel across the world to a different country, different time zone, and leave my business for an entire month in one of the busiest seasons in my business. And you know what? The business thrived without me because what I discovered in creating those systems was that I was the cog in the wheel. I was slowing everyone else down because I felt like I needed to be there to micromanage, to oversee everything that was being done. When in reality, my staff was waiting for the opportunity to shine their lights as brightly as they could by allowing them the freedom to use these systems to show up as their best selves. So, my friend, creating a system to that is documented that someone else could ultimately take over and do for you, even if right now you are a single woman, single man show, preparing to delegate things in your business is absolutely an amazing use of your time. What if you committed to just spending 1 hour once a week to creating one system that you could document? If you happen to catch my series on bringing your kids into your business and ways to have them help you use their superpowers inside your business for good, I talked about how you can have your kids help you with this process. If you missed that series and want to know more, pop the word kids under this video. I'm happy to share with you that series because it's really, really powerful, a whole different layer to this idea of systems. Let me know down below. And of course, my friend, that brings us to the why in easy. And this is the critical piece. This is the piece that I was personally missing for years and years and years. I often wondered why I could hire a mentor and take these classes and implement, yet the results that I was getting, the results that I was told I was going to get from this program or from this mentorship didn't quite hit the mark. If you think about archery, there's a center target where you're right on the mark and you kind of go out from there. I would hit the target somewhere, but it would never be a bullseye. And the reason was that I was trying to take someone else's system, someone else's puzzle, their map, and implement it in exactly the same way that they did, ignoring who I was. As I was going through this process time after time after time, trying to implement other people's strategies into my business, I always felt a resistance. And I never really understood why. I would really take their process, their blueprint, they would have step by step, and I would do it step by step. And yet my results were nowhere close to where their results were. I might get close to the bullseye, but there was always something that just didn't feel right with me. And I knew that intuitively, yet I thought logically that there must be something wrong with me because their process didn't work for me. And it wasn't really until I embraced my human design in particular that this really started to click. This was the missing piece of the puzzle I had. I had assembled this beautiful puzzle, yet there were holes everywhere. And what I didn't realize years ago is that I, who I am, my awesomeness, my ideas needed to be infused with other people's ideas in order for them to work for me because there's lots of ways to get from LA to New York City, right? You can fly, you can take the train, you can drive, and if you do those things, there's lots of different routes to take. You can have a map and follow someone else's map. However, you might want to do some more sightseeing along the way. You may want to go down south really far to go visit some friends or check out a landmark. You may want to go really far north to go check out what's up there. Having a map is awesome. However, the best part about having a map is that even if you follow someone else's map or you attempt to do that, you get to infuse you. You get to be your awesome self. You get to make choices and decisions that allow you to experience the process in a way that you want to experience this. And this, my friend, is absolutely the key to letting go of hustle and embracing easy, letting easy to be part of our lives every single day. It has to be yours. It has to be lived through your values. It has to be created through who you are, through your filter, through the experiences you've had, through the things that you've learned. That is how you embrace easy. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of today's training officially. And I want to invite you in to an experience that I'm going to be having in a couple of weeks. And yes, I've decided to do it at the end of the month, and that's okay. If it makes sense for you to join me, that's awesome. If not, that's okay too. But what I want to do is really turn this experience of being easy into a game. So I'm going to be hosting my first ever content scavenger hunt. It's going to be happening inside my community, the Arena of Awesome, the last week of December. Every day, you're going to be getting a message from me via email with something to listen to and an activity to go do to help you embrace easy and go find your awesome content, even though it may be buried very deep in the recesses of the digital cloud that you're using. Sound good? I will drop more details about that on social media and via email. So if you're not on my email list yet, and you want to find out how you could have some fun, wrap up the year with a bang, wrap up the year with fun, and really allow things to be easy, I invite you to let me know under this video. I want you just to put hunt. We're going to go on a scavenger hunt for your awesome content. And every day for a week, I'm going to have you go find certain things. And at the end of the week, we'll talk about all the ways that you can monetize that amazing content. Sound good? Pop the word hunt down below. Before I wrap up, I do want to do a very quick recap of this 4-part process to let go of the hustle the compulsion to do more and always be busy, and instead allow for things to be easy. So, we're going to do a quick recap here, our gold nugget recap. If you've ever felt the compulsion to do more, be more, or have more, and you just felt lots of pressure and overwhelm in that process, it doesn't have to be so hard. It is absolutely okay for us to embrace ease in our life and let things be easy. In today's video, we're going to talk about my 4-part process to ditch all that hustle and embrace easy because, my friend, life and business doesn't have to be hard despite what society may tell us. Hey there, Amplifier. My name is Young Pratt, the Chief Content Gold Miner and podcast host here at Amplify Your Awesome. And today we're talking about how we can ditch the hustle and embrace easy. Here at Amplify Your Awesome, we help our clients do that by helping you to organize, systematize, and of course, monetize your beautiful content. So let's dig into my 4-part acronym, my 4-part process for ditching the hustle and embracing easy. We really can let go of the hustle and grind. All right, E stands for energy. We need to tap into our energy. And a great place to start with your energy to find out more is with mybodygraph.com, where you can discover your human design for free. And I want you to circle back around, come share what your design is, because that helps me to know you better. It helps me to know how to show up and how to present content in a way that is going to serve you at your highest level. We want to have things be aligned. If we can be energetically aligned with who we are, the energy that we have been gifted, and come from a place of alignment with our core values, our true selves, our real identity, it's going to make all the difference in how we create, how we syndicate, and how we repurpose our awesome content. And of course, for content to be easy, we need to systematize it. We need to have a documented step-by-step process of the ways that we prefer to get things done so that at some point we can delegate those to someone else. And of course, the most important part of this easy framework is that whatever you choose to do, when you're energetically aligned and you've systematized your business, you get to have it be yours. You get to make choices. You get to make decisions. You get to synthesize everything you've learned and have been taught and have been mentored by other people through the lens of who you are and all of your awesome. If you want more information on how you can embrace easy and get more information about my upcoming content scavenger hunt to really let the end of the year be very, very playful as we embrace this concept of easy, I want you just to write easy underneath this video, and I'm going to circle back around and let you know where you can get access to all of it. Okay, my friend, until next time, I want you to go out there today and I want you to amplify more of what makes you awesome by embracing easy. Until next time, cheers.